not sure. I'll look it up though. But somebody on stage, Zoe's last night, said something about how Eddie Murphy's specials aren't funny because he says fag all the time. I go, you mean the part where he goes to San Francisco and instead of a siren they have a gay guy on top of the roof of a car going, woo, woo, woo. That's not funny? Okay. You say so. I guess comedy is subjective. Because that shit's fucking hilarious.
Am I the only one who thinks it's ridiculous, the idea that art is objective?
I think this is what I've always said. I think quality is objective, taste is subjective. So you may not enjoy Citizen Kane. I don't know too many people who love Citizen Kane. But if you actually watch Citizen Kane with like the Roger Ebert commentary over it, you go, oh, this is an important film. I can understand why this is a great film. I can understand. It's just I like Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, I was a big fan of what was it called? The Peter Sellers movie, Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah. That's not my favorite Kubrick movie, but if you tell me that's one of the greatest comedies in the world, I'll fucking go, yeah, I can see why you'd say that, and I'd agree with it. But I don't think it's the
funniest.
It's
not one of my favorites.
No, I don't think it's one of the funniest movies ever. I don't think it's one of the best comedies ever, but I think it's well, I guess it is technically one of the best film comedies ever made. But it's not like what I would list as my top 5 comedy films, you know?
I feel like...
I like Anchorman before, like Dr. Strangelove.
I feel like the whole subjective thing is... It's useful, because one, if you're good, it allows you to calm yourself down after a bad performance, a bad whatever, right? Like, you know, if you're a musician, if you do 9-10 albums, chances are 2 or 3 of them are going to be garbage.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're bad. So you can say art is objective as far as like you know, you still like your new projects, but people aren't connecting with them because they are emotionally connected to when they first found out, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can judge. I mean, this is why the importance of criticism, and this is why I wish we had more critics in comedy.
Well, it's like comedy.
Real critics, not critics like saying, not like Me Too critics, but actual fucking critics who look at comedy objectively in terms of history of comedy, in terms of the laughs, in terms of how jokes work, how jokes are structured, things like that.
The techniques they're
using. Not people who like Hannah Gadsby, people who like Norm Macdonald and understand why Norm Macdonald is important in comedy, and Hannah Gadsby is not. That actual critics, the Onion used to do it, but fucking they stopped, and it doesn't happen that often anymore. I think the best critics of comedy are comedians, but yeah, you can objectively say that's great comedy, but I can't have it at my club because of this, and A, B, and C. You know? That's what I wish I heard more of.
Yeah, like I wish that, you know, people wouldn't pass you off as opposed to like, hey, listen, we don't think this is marketable.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta get, these fucking gatekeepers have got to stop fucking saying, the first thing they fucking say to me is, you're just not, the reason people are getting shows is because they're just simply funnier. And then I'm sitting there looking at this guy going, stop what you're fucking saying, just fucking be honest. And you gotta get them, and once they drop that fucking guise that this is a meritocracy, then you can have an honest conversation with them. But they'll fucking sit there and lie straight to your fucking face. They won't sit there and say, well, this guy is very broad. The audience is going to get him. I'm afraid this audience is not going to get you. Just because other comics like you doesn't mean audiences are going to like you.
Well, but here's the thing. They inherently think laughs are what make you funny as opposed to the idea that there's different quality of laughs.
I don't think that that's even true because I've been watching fucking these guys bomb. You know, I have one comic, I won't say his name, but he gets booked a lot. He did Charlie's Comedy Corner, bombed. Well, fucking bombed. I did Charlie's Comedy Corner fucking 2 weeks later, fucking killed. And this guy gets booked and I don't. And the reason why, I think it's because it's the subject matter.
Exactly.
And I think it's the bookers who are afraid, not the audience. I think the bookers are rejecting the fucking material and not the audience. They want a certain type of comedy. And that certain type of comedy is going to fucking destroy this fucking scene, because everyone does it and everyone sees it, and they can fucking hear it at work, and it's just not interesting. It's not. You're not expanding the form. You're not taking the audience along. On
You're
the
not
journey.
challenging yourself in any way.
You're not challenging the audience.
Yeah.
And you're not challenging yourself, so you're just gonna die on stage. You're just eventually gonna die out.
Yeah, but then again, I guess you can make an argument that if that's what it takes to get through, or people think that there's no other way to get through but to succumb to that system, and then they end up making a living doing it, and they just look at it like, hey, I'm just feeding my family with what I do, so if you don't like it, they gotta eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That to me, that would be, like, I could respect that argument.
But you're gonna you're gonna get further, and if you succeed doing something interesting that sticks out from the crowd. It's in fucking Mad Men. You ever watch Mad Men?
Yeah, I think
Because
it's,
success is being the needle in the haystack, not the haystack.
yeah.
I mean, that's what sells.
Well, that's one of the things I always thought about comedy, is if you're just somebody who knows how to write jokes, even if they're pretty good, right? But especially if they're just, kind of tawdry things you'd hear over the water cooler at work, right?
Uh-huh.
You're not connecting with anybody emotionally. I think it takes people about 3 to 4 years to learn how to write a joke, a decent joke.
Yeah.
And if that's all you do, as opposed to figuring out a way to connect yourself to the audience, then you're in a commodity that's easy to fill.
Uh-huh.
There's a list of 30 to 50 people like you who they can fill with that spot.
Uh-huh.
And because of that, you can only charge so much from those clubs. Whereas if you are different enough that people have to come to you to find what they're looking for,
Uh-huh.
then you get to set the parameters of like what you charge, where you go.
Yeah.
You get to be in control of your career if you're original.
Yeah.